Hello, are we recording? I have no idea, but today, guys, it's gonna be my Monday. It's my day off, and I'm just chilling and editing some videos to post. And I thought to myself, why not record something on my podcast about hair? So let's talk hair, guys. Are you ready? I got my thunderstorms in the background, and I just want to talk about hair. So one of the things that I'm really trying to do is to get into, well, not get into because I'm already into it, but I'm trying to expose myself as a multicultural stylist because I am. I've been trained to do all types of hair, not just one type. So in the beginning, of course, I started off doing black hair because that is what, I was closest to. I was surrounded by black hair, and, it was just a thing. And of course, my mom was a beautician also. So, that catapulted me into hair also. But one thing is that when I started going to hair school, I went to the great Virginia Beach Beauty and Barber Academy in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I love that school, and I chose that school. One, my mom went there for school, and two, it was a multicultural school. So not only was I going to improve my hair skills that I already had, but I was also going to learn different hair types and textures. And guys, mind blown, because I thought that it would be difficult to do other races of hair, but it's hair. Hair is hair, and all hair can do all things. You just have to know how to manipulate it to do all things. So I was happy to go to hair school where I went because there was a lot of Asian, there was a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of just different ethnicities of hair. And because the school accepted a lot of military clients, a lot of military students, they were from every walk of life. So, a lot of different hair types and textures. And so when I graduated hair school, I didn't want to go to hair cuttery because I thought that, I didn't want to feel like I was doing exactly what my mom did. But, the universe is going to do what it's going to do, okay? And I ended up working for hair cutting for 9.5 years. Well, almost 9 years. And, so there at hair cuttery, I went from a step further from all types of hair to men and women, because I wasn't okay. I wasn't that versed in men haircuts, okay. And so I will never forget. I told one of my clients, one of my oldest, and not by age, just by time of me doing her hair, one of my oldest clients that I first got when I first started working at hair cuttery, it's a white woman named Pat. And me and Pat been rocking for 17 years, okay? And she would not let no one else cut her hair. And, it's just a little bond and relationship we have. And so my first time doing a haircut at hair cutting, it was a man's cut. And I had never in life done a man's cut. And not only was it a man's cut, but it was a white man's haircut. So I was just like 2 strikes, boom, okay? And so, they helped me do the haircut, and I learned some things. So, learned some things doing that haircut, how to blend, how to taper, and all that good stuff. So, next up, it's my turn again, because we moved in rotation. So, it was my turn again to get another haircut, and it was Pat, and Walt's Pat. And I was like, yes, okay, so great, it's a woman. I'm going to know how to do her haircut, because it's a woman. And she asked for a man's haircut. And I was mortified. Like, I do not know how to do this. I'm like, not again. That's my second go around. But Pat, sweet little Pat, she liked the haircut for what it was. I'm sure at that point, I think she just wanted all her hair off because She was tired of dealing with it, and so she just wanted a real short pixie cut, but tapered on the side like a man. So they helped me with that also. But Pat loved it, and she's been my client ever since. And what a funny thing is, I just cut her hair over the weekend, and we had this very conversation, and I was like, do you remember Pat? She was like, no, I just wanted a haircut. And I'm like, girl, I was terrified to cut your hair. And she's like, well, I'm still here. And she is 17 years later. She is. So in between time, all of those years, fast forward to all those years with hair cutting, I just got more intrigued about other hair textures, and just how could I fit into that world. And so I made sure that I stayed versed. So anytime there was a client who wanted to get highlights who wasn't a black woman, I tried to do it. Anytime there was a woman who wanted to get her hair cut that wasn't a black woman, I was gonna cut her hair. Anytime, and then I started adding extensions into doing not just black hair, extensions for white women. And I used to do sew-in and the eye tips. So that's when eye tips were really big. They got started, and I found out about eye tips probably about, I'll say 2010. Like, that's when they were introduced to hair cuttery, and so we started doing those. And so I started doing eye tips for white women, and coloring their hair and coloring their extensions, and it just went further from there to now I want to know how to color efficiently and effectively, not just for white women, but for all hair types. And so I think hair cutting grew me in a way to let me be more well-rounded, more versed. I can speak many languages of hair, many languages of hair. And so that's my little spiel about being multicultural. Like, I love it. So I went to a board meeting, and they said that it's no fun when there's only ducks on the board. Like, we need ducks, we need rabbits, we need deer, we need all the wildlife. And that's the same for hair. It's like, we need all cultures of hair, because hair is not in a box. Hair is worldwide, literally worldwide, and everybody can speak hair language. And so that's my little spiel there for being a multicultural stylist. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna give me a prompter, because me just speaking off the top of my dome is not working, because I don't know, I think it could be smoother. But however, let me know if you've ever been to a multicultural stylist, a multicultural salon, or have you ever sat in a chair where the stylist didn't look like you? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Or did you research the stylist first and knew that this was a stylist for you? How did you go about your first experience with a stylist that didn't look like you? Let me know in the comments, guys. All right. See you later.